Paige West here from Procurement Pro, and I'm in Las Vegas this week at the EDS Leadership Summit, and I'm here to find out the latest in the industry. Now, joining me now is Mark Burr-Lonnon, President of EDAC. So Mark, how are you? Thanks for joining us. How's Vegas?
Oh, Vegas is great, Paige. Thanks very much. And I haven't lost any money yet, but that's because I'm very cheap and I haven't actually played any machines. So
there's still time.
There is still time, but I'll try not to lose too much.
Now, EDAC has a long history in interconnect solutions. So can you summarize for us how the company has evolved to meet today's sort of design and manufacturing demands?
Yeah, we've been around for close to 60 years. As an Englishman, I know exactly the year that we started because it was 1966, which was the last time that England won the World Cup. So it's very easy to understand when we actually started as a business. So it's a privately held business, been going for a long time, and we've been started up focused on a lot of card edge products. A lot of D-sub products, and we've continued to drive those as we've gone forward, and then added some new things on top of that. And what we've evolved into over the last few years is 4 brands. Mm-hmm. So when we look at it now, we have the Norcom brand, which is a very strong premium brand here in North America. Mm-hmm. Also pretty solid in Europe. Then we have the EDAC brand, which has been a very good, strong brand in all 3 markets, but again, probably stronger in North America. And then we have the MH brand, which is more of a value brand for us, which has been strong in China, pretty strong in Europe, but we haven't really pushed it very much in North America. And one that we acquired last year is Northern Technology. So we've been busy building out the brands, and as you see behind now, you've got the EDAC group of companies. So we've never been the EDAC group of companies until I came on board last November. Mm-hmm. So whereas going to market previously, we did that as each individual brand. We now have our own team and our distributors going out selling the EDAC group of companies, and working in the marketplace with our distribution companies to sell EDAC, but also keeping the brands. The brand name's not disappearing, okay. But the group name is just new. Yeah. Fantastic.
And are there any particular sectors across those brands that are showing particular growth at the minute?
Well, we see it everywhere. I mean, to be honest, general industrial is always strong for anybody these days. Mm-hmm. Agritech's quite interesting. We're seeing a lot of interest there. We've got some new products into some drone technology, like many people. So fortunately, these are not military drones, which are going to end up in places where you don't want them to end up. Mm-hmm. So we've gone with mainly North American companies who are delivering drone technology to customers, yes. Rather than sending bombs and missiles around the world. So yeah. So we're pretty secure on that. But no, we're involved in just about all the markets. We're not heavily into the defense and aerospace market, although we do have some connectors in that place for COTS. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, basically anywhere a connector can go, we are. And the reason I say that is that over 30% of our business is custom. Yes. And this is a big drive for us in that there are competitors of ours who are much bigger, and they will focus very much on the high volume opportunities when it comes to custom. But when it gets below a certain quantity, there is less interest in helping the customer. Mm-hmm. For us, I wouldn't say any quantity is good, but certainly at a much lower quantity than most other connector manufacturers. We're happy to do semi-custom or fully custom parts, and that's a big drive for our business, and an even bigger drive going forward.
That leads me nicely onto my next point, which is how important is flexibility in connector design for your customers?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, connectors are one of those things that people always leave till last. Yeah. So if you can't be flexible, you're not going to win as many sockets as you should do. So what you find is that everything's built, the board's built, and then suddenly they realize they got to bolt the thing together. And there's never enough space to do it. There's never enough space to put on what the engineer thought he was going to put on in there in the first place. So quite a few things do end up either custom or semi-custom, and that's where that really does play to the strengths of EDAC.
And how are you addressing things or trends like higher signal integrity and ruggedness and miniaturization in sort of your connector range?
Yeah, I mean that's a big focus on the Norcom brand. So most of those products are within that brand, and that's where we'll continue to do that. So if we look at the strengths of the brand, that exactly what you're saying there is where the Norcom brand sits. The MH brand is very, very different in the respect it's more of a value brand, which hence the fact it sells pretty well in Asia, where the brand of the product doesn't quite matter so much, and a lot of it's more about price. But certainly when it comes to ruggedized and all those types of things, that's where we push the Norcom brand. And it's really nice to have different brands for different price points, different brands for different products, and we continue to do that. And we're also look to add more brands to the portfolio over the next few years. So.
And have you seen any changes in customer behaviour or sort of buying requirements over the last couple of years?
Over the last couple of years, well, yes. I mean, I guess if you look at it, a lot of people came off the back of COVID and started to do things very differently. Supply chains, which people didn't really talk so much about supply chain. If you go back 10 years, there was no such thing as supply chain in electronic components. But what's happened in the last few years now is that everyone's talking about supply chain. Of course, with tariffs, people are talking about supply chains even more.
Yes.
I.e., where is the product coming from? How long is it going to take? But at the minute with the tariffs, it's more a case of where is it coming from, which has become a huge thing.
Yeah.
It's not often that something changes so dramatically in one day. I think we've all been used to supply chain issues happening, but you can see it coming. The tariffs wasn't something that we saw coming in the strength that it actually did when it came. Of course, if people are looking at the politics and they knew who was coming into power in the US, tariffs had been mentioned, but I don't think anyone expected some of the things that have happened and the speed of it. So.
And how has EDAC responded to the tariffs? Are you having good conversations with customers?
Well, I guess we're having good conversations. We're having bad conversations. It depends who the customers are. No one's sitting there saying tariffs are great. I mean, to be honest. I mean, unless you're sitting in the U.S. government, probably shouldn't say that. But no, certainly from our standpoint, we have had to look to see how we address things. And what we've started to do now is we have a new greenfield site. There's probably another terminology now which we keep hearing, which is NCNT.
Okay.
So what started off as China Plus One has now become NCNT, which is not China, not Taiwan. Yeah. And obviously some of the reasons behind that are the politics of what will happen with Taiwan at some point. Yeah. So we've had to look outside of both of those places, because we have facilities in both of those, to find another greenfield site in a country whereby we believe that there are some looking forward probably less restrictive tariffs, but it's a gamble. I mean, as we've seen, things have changed so quickly. We don't really know what's going to happen, but we have to gamble with our business in some ways to say this is where it's going to be. Yeah.
So looking ahead then, what's the key priority for you for the rest of 2025?
If you're talking about our fiscal year, because that ends in September, so the big thing internally is the rollout of the EDAC group. From a front-end sales perspective, we now have our team focused very much on selling all the brands to all the customers and all the distributors. So that's a very big thing. From a marketing standpoint, my background, of course, I came from Mauser, which is heavily into marketing, and so I've just put together a global marketing team to really help to drive that, and then work on how do we use AI and all the things which are there now to help everything we do. I mean, I think everyone's got over the point of being worried, concerned, frightened about AI. I think now it's a case of how do we utilize this the best for our business. So we're at that stage now of how do we utilize AI to do things better, to do things quicker, to analyze things which we couldn't analyze before quite so well. So we'll be doing that. And then another priority for us is the website.
Okay.
So we have 4 websites today. We're looking to roll that into to one website and have that launched probably by, it takes a long time to do it properly.
Yes.
So even though I'd love to say we'll do it by the end of the year, I think it'll probably be Q1 next year as we roll that out. And yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting times.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we'll have to catch up with you this time next year to see what's happening.
Oh yeah, no, it's just had some interesting discussions. You know, we've had a good year. I mean, we're up close to 15% this year, and but with everything we're doing, I mean, if we don't double that next year, I will be surprised.
Okay.
So I think we're in a good place. We're doing the right things. We're in a marketplace where there are some dominant players in the market. You know, what I've said about EDAC is we're probably a great opportunity to grow within that market. So we're not the best known company. But I think going forward we can become much better known and take the successes that we've had in the past and get some new successes in the future.
And what's been your key message here at EDS this week?
Well, we've had lots of good meetings. So we've had meetings with our distribution partners, and our main message is the group, to be honest.
Yep.
I mean, so we're pushing very much on that. They're all excited because it's far easier as a distributor to deal with one company than 4. So that's been nice. We've also spent a lot of time being here in the US, of course, talking to our rep network. So that's been good. We've consolidated the reps for North America, play a really good, strong role in helping us design parts in. Where it gets serviced, whether we do it direct or whether it goes into distribution, for us it doesn't really matter. So we're happy whoever does that, but the reps are playing a big role on that. And again, they've been excited by the fact that if they were a rep that could only sell Norcomp before, they can now sell the EDAC brand as well, and the MH brand, and the other way around. So that consolidation, the rep consolidation, is very important to us too. So
fantastic, plenty of exciting things ahead. So thank you very much for taking the time to speak with me, and enjoy the rest of the week.
Oh, thanks very much. Pleasure.
You're very welcome.